Hello and welcome to another edition of the College Sports Forum here on YouTube. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon here in Knoxville, Tennessee. We got a lot to get into today. We got Sweet 16 games starting tonight. We're going to cover two games today. We're not going to cover any of the games going on tonight. We're going to be covering Duke and St. John's, and then Iowa State and Tennessee today. First round of the tournament. I know there's a lot of complaining about there's no upsets in the first round. Really, we only saw two or three kind of. We saw VCU over North Carolina. We saw Texas over BYU. And then we also saw Texas over Gonzaga. But then we also saw High Point over Wisconsin. So those are really the only upsets that we've seen so far in this tournament. And I told you guys, if you guys watched my video on Our Cinderella's Dead, I told you. I said tournament was chalky last year. I said it wasn't a fluke. I said it's going to be chalky again this year. But I'm here for it because it gives us the best product on the floor and here in the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, so I don't mind the small number of upsets, but I know a lot of people are upset, but I did warn you guys, so you should have been prepared for that. And if you watched my Our Cinderella's Dead video, you'll see why this is happening. So I told you guys, you can go watch that video for yourself. Not right now, of course, because we got some games to get into and break down. So without any, I think that's kind of it. So yeah, we can kind of get into these games. Our first game here is going to be Duke and St. John's. Duke is a 6.5 point favorite in this game, and numbers a little high. Some people think it's a little low. I think it's kind of about right. But I'm going to start this off by saying what I've been saying all tournament about St. John's is I think they are an extremely undervalued team as a 5 seed. I think this team is just as good as a 2 or a 3 seed. I think they easily could have been. This team beat UConn twice and throttled them in the Big East title game. They absolutely wiped the floor up with UConn in the Big East championship game. And I love this St. John's team all tournament. I've had them here. I had them beating Kansas, and now Duke is a powerhouse, but I think St. John's has a chance here. I think there's a path for St. John's to win this game. The St. John's team plays tough defense, and one of, if not the best defensive teams left in the tournament. They have the 8th adjusted efficiency as far as defense goes, according to KenPom. So far in this tournament, I think they've been playing the best defense out of any team so far, and I think they can keep this one close. But the one thing about Duke is I know you guys are familiar with the term kill shots. So kill shots are when a team goes on a run of 10-0 or more, or if they go on 10-0 runs or anything more than that. This Duke team does this at the highest clip in the country. They do it higher than any other teams, and that's why Duke is so dangerous, because they can run away at any moment. That's why that Siena game. If you guys watch that Siena game, yeah, Siena was up by a good amount, about 10 points, pretty much the whole game, and Duke just went on their run at the end. It does not matter. This Duke team can run away at a moment's notice, and it could be 46-35, and then you look up 1 minute and the game's tied. So that's the one scary thing about this Duke team. Caden Boozer has been playing really, really well late in this season here, towards the end of the regular season and then the ACC tournament, and then so far again in the NCAA tournament. I think that's the reason they beat Virginia in that ACC title game, was because of Caden Boozer. Now everybody knows Cameron Boozer, everybody knows his brother, but Caden Boozer is a baller as well. So that's gonna be one of the keys that I look for in this game, is how does Caden Boozer play, how many rebounds does he get. But I'm gonna take St. John's to cover the 6.5, but I think I'm gonna take Duke to win this one outright. I'm going to take St. John's on the plus 6.5, but I'm going to take Duke to move on to the Elite 8. But I think this is my favorite game of the weekend here. I think this game will be very, 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 very interesting, and I'm really excited for that game. So let's get on. So yeah, officially Duke's my pick. I'm going to take St. John's plus 6.5, but Duke's my pick. Let's move on to Iowa State and Tennessee. This game is going to be fun. They might kill each other. There's going to be dead bodies on the floor here. But, yeah, like you guys know, that I will be biased here. I do not care. I was born and raised in Knoxville, so this game is very personal for me. I'm so excited for this game. This is a really fun matchup. Both of these teams have some of the best defenses in the tournament, respectively. And like I said, there genuinely might be some dead bodies on the floor tomorrow. Iowa State's a 4.5-point favorite, but I think this matchup, as of right now at this exact point in the season, I think this matchup favors Tennessee, and I'll tell you why. Tennessee's advantage is they're the best rebounding team in the country. Offensive rebounding is Tennessee's thing. That's what we do. We get offensive rebounds. We get second chance points. That's what we do. Now, Iowa State's advantage is they turn you over a lot. Iowa State forces you into a lot of turnover situations, and that's Tennessee. It's been Tennessee's main weakness all season is we turn the ball over like crazy. But in the last few games, the last 2 tournament games, Tennessee's been less than 10 turnovers, and that's my magic number. When I watch basketball games, 10 turnovers is your magic number. You want to be under 10 turnovers for the entire game, and if you are, you're in a good position. Anything more than 10 turnovers is you're starting to get a little rickety. You're starting to allow some second chance points that you shouldn't, or just points in general. Points off turnovers is a huge stat. That actually matters. There's a lot of stats that they throw out there that don't matter. Like if you ever watch football and you see them flash up a time of possession, graphic time of possession in football, I think is the stupidest stat in the world. I don't think time of possession matters at all when it comes to football. But I digress. Yeah. So and again, that one of those games that they had less than 10 turnovers was against a really strong defensive team in Virginia. So I think Tennessee has the favorable matchup for this game as far as, like I said, as far as right now. If these teams played in February, probably not going to go the same way. Tennessee probably turns the ball over 18, 19 times and loses the game. But I think this Tennessee team's hot. This Tennessee team's on a run. This Tennessee team's undervalued as a 6th seed. And I think Tennessee gets the win here, and I think Tennessee moves on to the Elite Eight for the 3rd year in a row. Jacoby Gillespie is one of 3 players all time ever to have at least 51 combined points in the first 2 games of the NCAA tournament. And one of those guys went on to the Final Four, and the other guy played for UConn, and he went on to win the national title. So really excited for this game. Excited to see Jacoby Gillespie keep going, staying hot. Excited to see Nate Ament. He didn't score any points against Miami, Ohio. He did a little bit more against Virginia, hoping to see just a little bit more out of him. We need production from Jalen Carey. Need continued production from Bishop Boswell. Both of those guys were double-digit scorers in the last games that they played, so we need continued production from them. We need J.P. Estrella and Felix Okpara to snag rebounds. So yeah, I think they can get this. I think they can get this done. I think Tennessee can get unlike St. John's. I'm going to take Tennessee to win and cover. I think obviously a win would mean they cover, because if they lose by 4, they still cover. So I'm going to take Tennessee to win here in this game and move on to the Elite Eight, and that will make me very happy until I see that we have to play Michigan. But yeah, that kind of wraps it up for today. Much shorter video. I try to keep this one really short for y'all, short and digestible, because I know these games are coming up soon. So just give y'all a little extra insight before you place your bets, or before you make your handshake bets with your friends, or before whatever you guys decide to do. Whether you bet them like, oh, if Tennessee wins, you got to buy me lunch, or whatever y'all do. Whatever it is, I'm happy to give you all some extra insight for these upcoming games, and stay tuned. We'll have some videos on some Elite Eight matchups when those are set after some of these games happen. So we got 4 games tonight, so we're excited for those. Go watch all those games, throw some money down on them. Let me know how you do. So yeah, that is kind of it for me today, and I will see you guys next time.